So I kind of want to talk about something a little bit different today. Something that's been on my mind. I've been kind of toying with this idea. And maybe by talking about it, maybe by sharing this video, you guys could bounce some ideas, because I could be wrong. But I think the idea of being a role model is fucking dumb. Okay, so let's talk about that. The fact that I used the F word. That's not what a good role model should do. Yet at the same time, like, that's how I feel about the idea. That it's fucking dumb. You know? That we have to play this role. And then if you don't uphold to the role, you're looked frownedly upon. Oh, you shouldn't do that. That's not what a good person does, or whatever role you want to label that. But like, everything becomes this role, and it doesn't really encapsulate who you are. Like, am I aspiring to be a role, or am I aspiring to be myself? Like, I don't want to be a role model because I don't want people to be like me. I want people to be like themselves. And I feel like for a long time I grew up, and maybe it's because I was the youngest of my generation on both mom and dad's side. So I kind of felt like there was all this on me to be this good kid. Not that I'm not a good kid, or not that I'm not a good human being, but I always played this role, right? To some, I'm kuya, which in Tagalog means like older brother or older cousin. It's just like a form of respect. Or uncle, or when I taught martial arts, sifu, or now sigung. I mean, I haven't really taught under the title sigung, so I still prefer sifu, but even that, like, or coach, like, these are all roles we play. Mr. Mac, Mr. John, like, they're all roles we play, right? But mom, dad, brother, sister, like, these are all roles, and we have to play these roles, and we don't uphold to the role, like, I don't know, like, it's different. Like, say I'm doing these vlogs, right, and I want to talk about spirituality, and I want to talk about philosophy, and I want to talk about that, like, because I talk about philosophy and spirituality, I can't cuss. Like, what does that mean? Like, that's sometimes how I feel, you know? Like, imagine you're walking, it's the dark, and you stub your toe on the coffee table. You know what I mean? Like, what's gonna happen? You stub your toe on the coffee table. Fuck! Oh, damn it! Like, that's what your reaction is gonna be. It's not gonna be like, oh, shoot my toe on this coffee table. Like, I'm not being authentic. I'm not expressing myself fully. And you know, I was a little nervous when I started doing this vlog thing. I guess I'm still a little nervous now. You know, I don't always know what I'm doing, but something inside of me continues to push me in this direction to kind of share and, like, to talk about the insecurities. Like, you know, sometimes, like, okay, this is, I don't know, episode whatever. I'm like maybe 10 episodes in, under 10 episodes in, and it's like, is anyone even fucking watching? Does anybody even fucking care? Like, everybody's so caught up in their own lives. Everybody's so caught up in what's going on in the world and distracting themselves with entertainment. Like, who stops to even think about these things? Like, that's, I guess, one of the reasons why when I broke my leg, I started journaling a lot, because I felt like I was going through all of these thoughts, basically these thoughts that I'm sharing with you now, like these different insights on life, because I was reading a lot and doing all these things. And it's like, I'm having all these ideas, but I'm scared to share it with my friends because I don't want them to think that I'm crazy. Which, if you're watching this, you may be one of those people who think that I'm crazy. And I guess that's okay, because in the end, I don't really care what you think about me. So yeah, back to this idea of role models. I feel like we push that so hard on people that, one, either they rebel, or two, like, they never feel fully themselves because they're trying to uphold to this role, this ideal that they have of people, of like, hey, kid so-and-so, you know, is graduating from Logan, and, you know, he's going to go to this college, and he's this smart, and he has a 4.0, and he's such a good student, and he's such a good kid, and he's such a good athlete, and, you know, but maybe inside that kid wants to let loose a little bit, you know? I don't know. Again, these are just thoughts that I've been having. I guess it's because I'm vlogging, and sometimes I feel like cursing. Sometimes I feel like saying stuff that maybe sounding inappropriate, but is that what a good role model should do? Like, how am I supposed to be this person who's talking about spirituality and philosophy and these insights on life when, you know, I'm still fucking up, or I'm doing these things, or, you know, I don't know. I feel like I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I just wanted to be honest with you guys. Like, I'm going to continue to do these insights. Maybe I'm going to be a little bit more authentic. Maybe I play this role of being this philosopher person. Like, I don't know though. I think it's dumb. I think being a role model is dumb because you're teaching kids, you're teaching people to be something that they're potentially not. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have qualities. That's better. Qualities that you aspire to obtain or be. You know, you can watch someone like, I don't know, say Barack Obama, and like the way he speaks and the way he talks to people and the way he carries himself. I'm like, damn, like that's super dope, you know? And if I saw Obama joking around about this or that or cursing, like I wouldn't look at him any differently. I wouldn't be like, oh man, he's not a good president because of that, or he wasn't a good human being. Like, but those qualities, like I admire about him, you know? Or say like, let's talk about Kobe Bryant, right? Man, that was a tenacious dude, you know? And he would go on the court, and coming from the Bay Area, a lot of Bay Area people didn't like Kobe. I was always a fan of Kobe. I was always a fan because I thought he was this awesome athlete, and his just drive and determination and tenacity. And, you know, people were, you know, when Kobe passed, and there was still people talking about like, oh, like the mess ups that he did or that he cheated on his wife or whatever it is. But like, damn, give the guy a break. Like, we're all human. We all make mistakes, you know? And I think we should admire people's qualities, you know, focus on the good. Like, you can choose to focus on either. You can focus on the good things about them, or you can focus on the bad things about them. And I think that what we should do as human beings is focus on the good qualities of people. You know, I think when we highlight the bad qualities about them, it creates separation. But there really is no separation. It's an illusion, you know? From our eyes, we can't see because our senses don't allow us to get that deep, but we're all one, man. We're all one. We're all dealing with the same doubts and insecurities and fears and like uncertainties, but nobody wants to talk about it. They just want to post this like sexy ass picture or cute ass picture, or dope ass, like I'm fucking hella shredded, like look at me, I'm a badass picture, like whatever it is that you're posting to show how alpha you are, show how pretty you are, show how successful you are, show how strong you are. But you know what? Like, what's going on inside? That's going on the surface. And then you know what? It feeds our insecurities, because then we see these people and we're like, oh God, they're so fit, or they're so smart, or they're so fucking whatever. They're so whatever. They travel so much, like, you know, and I'm victim of that too, you know? Like, my wife and I will like take pictures while we travel, and like we try to make it seem like we're the only ones there when there's fucking hella people there. Obviously there's hella people there. It's like a tourist spot, you know, but we try to wait for the right moment and show people like, oh, we're the only ones here. I mean, sometimes we are actually, because we'll get up hella early just to be the only ones there. But side tangent. I think we need to start being more honest with each other. I think that we need to share our feelings more. I feel like as a man, speaking for other men, we're not really taught to share our emotions. We're not really taught to share our feelings. And that was kind of one of the biggest things that why it took me so long to write Exit the Dragon. Like, it wasn't that I wasn't a good writer. I mean, yes, I needed to get better at writing, for sure. 100% I needed to get better at writing. I needed to get better at storytelling. I needed to learn some crafts in order to express myself in that medium. However, I think the biggest hurdle was like being able to express myself, being able to like share the feelings of like the doubts and the fears, and to really just like open up and be like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna lay it all out there. Judge me if you will, but like, fuck, I know you go through the same things. I know you struggle with the same things. I know you have the same thoughts, like you just don't want to admit it. And like, all right, if I'm gonna be the one crucified for it, if I'm gonna be the one like, man, look at this fucking dude, like, then I'll be the one to do it, because I don't really care anymore. Not like extreme, like, oh, I don't really care anymore, I'm gonna kill myself, like, not like that. You know, and suicide is a serious thing, and depression is a serious thing. So I don't mean to poke fun at that. What I'm saying is I don't care. Like, I feel like we as human beings care too much about what other people think. And I say we because that's myself included, you know. I'm about to post something. I'm about to share this video. I want to do this. Like, what are people going to think? What are they going to say? Like, everything. It's stupid. And even things that it's like, even things that I feel like I have a high expertise in. Say like martial arts. And like sharing my martial arts, and it's like I still struggle with stupid doubts, like who is he to share this thing, like, you know, like I'm not some great world champion who, you know, 12-time world champion, like let me share my craft. Like, And I struggle with it, yet I feel like I've attained a certain level of mastery within the martial arts, and yet I still struggle with those doubts and fears, or not to put you on blast, Jason, but Jason Tamsey's one of my really, really good friends, and he's the illustrator of Exit the Dragon. He's actually one of the most badass artists I know, illustrators, and yet he too struggles with the insecurities of, is this artwork good enough, And the only reason I put him out there and I put myself out there is because I feel like not enough people are willing to admit that we struggle with the same things, these insecurities of not feeling good enough. I feel like just that phrase in general, like fill in the blank with whatever it is you don't feel like you're good enough for. You're not a good enough wife, you're not a good enough husband, you're not a good enough father, you're not a good enough worker or artist, or you're not pretty enough to not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. Fuck that. We need to stop living in a place of scarcity, of not being enough and not having enough. I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, everything is about not being fucking enough, and I'm fucking tired of it. I'm tired of not feeling adequate. And I hope that you're tired of feeling that way too. And I think if we start to have more candid conversations like this, instead of bullshit ass surface conversations, then we'll start to grow as human beings. We'll start to connect more. We'll start to have more compassion. There's a quote, I think it's by Roosevelt. I don't know. I didn't do my research. I usually don't. I usually just talk off the top of my head. But it's like, small minds talk about people. Average minds talk about events. Great minds talk about ideas. I think everybody is capable of being a great mind. I think every single person is capable of greatness. If you weren't, you wouldn't be here. I think everybody is really here for a reason. Your job is to figure out what the fuck that is. So, maybe you look up to me. Maybe you like the fact that I'm sharing these things or these ideas, or you like the fact that I wrote a book, or you look at my martial arts or whatever it is, but don't be like me. Don't strive to be like me. Strive to be like you. Take things that you admire about me, take things that you like about me, and make that your own. Take things that you don't like about me and learn from that too. Be better than me. Be you. Be you. You can't be anybody else. You cannot be anybody else. There's a quote, another quote. I love quotes, because I just feel like they're so short and they're so powerful. And I don't remember who said this either, but I said be you. Everybody else is taken. Stop. Think about that. Everybody else is already taken. Do not try and duplicate another personality. Do not try and duplicate another person. When I studied Bruce Lee, it wasn't about doing what he did and moving how he moved. It was about seeing how he saw and thinking how he thought. Why did he express himself in that way? It's because he looked at the martial arts like this. I'm not trying to kick like Bruce Lee. I'm trying to think like Bruce Lee. And I guess, I don't know. Einstein talked about that too, right? Wanting to know how the universe thinks, or wanting to know how God thinks, or something. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point, but I'm deep in thought, so I'm just kind of all over the place. But yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? I think the idea of role models sets us up for failure, because we try to be something instead of just being ourselves. And we can strive to be better people. And like I said, we can be inspired by the qualities that other people have. But I think we need to stop trying to play certain roles of I'm this alpha man, or I am this alpha woman, or I am this successful entrepreneur, or I am this world traveler, or I am this amazing teacher. I think if we just be ourselves, if we develop ourselves as a human being, mentally, spiritually, physically, we could have a little bit more compassion. We could share our scars. We can share our faults and realize that we all have scars. We all have faults. I'm not a very religious person, but I know in the Bible it says that he who has no sins cast the first stone. And again, I'm not very religious. But in that regard, we're all sinners. We all have faults. We have all messed up once in our life, if not many. All we can do is do better. That's it. Obviously a little bit more serious vlog post. But I thought it was necessary. So I was going to apologize if I offended anybody, but you know what? Sorry. Fuck, I don't really care. Like, if I offended you, then I'm not the person you want to listen to. Go listen to somebody else. Go listen to your role model of who you think you need to be or who you think has it together. Because we're all on this planet trying to figure out how to live life, you know, and why are we here, and, you know, trying to make it, and what our ideals of success are, and everyone's figuring it out. Yeah, we have these religious texts, we have these things that people wrote in the past, but like, they were also trying to figure it out, man. So I think you need to learn from everybody. Learn, grow, experience. Don't focus on like how the world came to be. I think it's an endless journey to find that. And we may never know because our human intellect may not allow us to get that far. But like, instead of focusing on explaining life, I think we should focus on experiencing life and being more honest with ourselves, being more honest with each other, you know, stop putting up these stupid facades. We're all human beings going through the same insane trip. That's Brother Ali, by the way. If you haven't listened to Brother Ali, man's got some bars. Anyways, I've rambled for way too long, but I'm really curious on your thoughts on this idea of role models and being authentic and being ourselves instead of trying to be something. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. I love y'all. Seriously, like, from the bottom of my heart. Like, I love y'all, like, tremendously. Like, whether I know you personally, whether I don't, like, as a human being, like, I have mad love for you. I have mad love for these trees behind me, these animals, the birds, like, just life. And I'm still trying to figure it out. But while I'm figuring it out, you best believe I'm going to have a good time and enjoy myself. Stay safe. I love y'all. Peace.